She hands it off to Jackson. Jackson uses the screen, lost the handle, bounced past to Plum. Plum loses it, regains it, throws it up for grabs. Grabbed by Boston out of the sky, and we're going to have a foul here. No, a timeout taken by Indiana.
What I love the most about this squad is that, just like O said, like we instill confidence, the coach instills confidence that any shot you take, shoot it with confidence because we trust you and we trust that you're going to make it. And I feel like that's just really helped us down the line because no matter who comes in, no matter who steps up, we're all just really happy for each other.
After the game, Aaliyah Boston said something that had all Fever fans talking. But she didn't just say it, she proved it on the court. Despite Indiana dealing with so many injuries this season, Boston scored 22 points, grabbed 11 rebounds, and got a career-high 6 steals, finishing it off with a game-winning stop. So, what did she really mean with her words? That's what we're going to break down, because her post-game comments might explain how the Fever pulled off their biggest win of the year. Even with injuries piling up and momentum slipping, one unexpected hero gave the team the spark they needed to shut down LA. This one could change everything for Indiana's season. If you're hyped for the team, drop a comment. Big Fever win. Let's go.
Fever dog! Bow, bow, bow!
How do you win when half your team is out injured and sitting in street clothes? That was the big question for Indiana as they faced Los Angeles. Caitlin Clark was sidelined, Sophie Cunningham was out, and both Sydney Carlson and Ari McDonald were unavailable. That's 4 guards for playmakers and 4 key voices missing from the lineup. For most teams, that would feel like a death sentence in a game with playoff importance. But the Fever didn't have the luxury of giving up. They came in with nothing but grit, toughness, and belief in the players who were still on the floor.
Nature of our team. I think one other thing that sometimes goes missed is just the character of these women, right? Especially this group that's been here, that's gone through all of this, and then the ones that we brought in with O and Che and AP. I mean, these are women who care about winning. These are women who care about one another. These are women who sacrifice.
It wasn't just about the injuries. This wasn't some random regular season game in August. The Sparks weren't just another team, they had Indiana's number. 3 games this year, 3 losses. And each one stung more than the last. The standings made it even tougher. The Fever were barely holding on to 6th place, trying to protect their playoff spot, while Los Angeles sat just 2 games back in 9th. That gap could disappear fast. On top of that, Indiana had dropped 4 of their last 5 games. Doubt was everywhere. People were asking the hard question, was this team falling apart at the worst possible time?
Mentioned, whenever she sees you with the 2 black eyes, she smiles in a way because it just exemplifies your toughness. Do you feel tough in these kinds of situations with these 2 black eyes?
I mean, that's what people keep telling me. Every time she sees me, she smiles and then she says, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, you don't need to be sorry. This is what it is. And when I'm playing, I forget about it, and then I go and look at the mirror. I'm like, oh shit, they're still there. So yeah, I don't really think too much about it because I don't necessarily feel them all the time.
Yeah, and you're still able to see completely fine.
Yep.
All right.
Nothing's changed.
All right, perfect.
Picture the challenge: a team that looked fragile from the outside. With only 5 games left in the season, they had to survive using patchwork lineups. It wasn't about chasing perfect rhythm anymore. It was about fighting through every single possession. That became their blueprint. Every player who got minutes had to step up and do more than usual. Every player who touched the floor had to carry weight that went far beyond their normal stats.
I was like, I just need to get the swelling to go down in my forehead. So I put a patch, slept with it. The next day, woke up and I was like, okay, the bump is almost gone, but now I have 2 black eyes. So that was tragic. But I mean, it's at this point, it's unfortunately won't be able to hide it. People know, so just rolling with it.
Were you able to hide it for the photo shoots?
The makeup artist did a really, really, really good job. And people that hadn't met me before were like, oh, I can't even tell. I'm like, okay, that's good. We'll take it. But I'm hoping they'll do some editing in the post.
And then there was Lexi Hull. She wasn't just playing, she was battling. Both eyes were bruised after a hard collision with Gabby Williams in the last game. 2 black eyes, yet she still dove for loose balls, fought through screens, and locked in on defense. Hull became the symbol of what the Fever needed that night. Show up, even when it hurts. Her presence sent a clear message. If she could fight through it, then everyone wearing Indiana red could too.
I imagine on Tuesday you got checked for concussion, facial fracture. Just how much of a sigh of relief was it that you didn't have concussion or any kind of fracture in your face?
Yeah, honestly, when it happened, I was like relieved because I could feel myself like I was good to go. Like I felt completely with it. They did all the tests they needed to do and put ice on it right away, try to keep the swelling down. But I felt good knowing that obviously it could have been a lot worse. And I'm grateful for the people online wanting to check on me and make sure that I'm okay. But I am okay. I've been fully checked out. So
that's what made this game feel different. It wasn't about flashy plays or highlight passes. Every stop, every rebound, every basket carried extra weight. One wrong run from LA, and it could have been over fast, but the fever didn't break. They matched the Sparks' intensity and kept pushing back against a team desperate to close the gap in the standings.
That we dug in. It wasn't ideal in terms of how the game was. It was ugly. We had moments where we were better than others, but we dug in. I mean, when you think about key defensive stops, key offensive rebounds, like AB's key offensive rebound there at the end, making plays, deflections that led to steals or deflections that led to bobbled passes.
By refusing to fold under pressure, Indiana created the perfect chance for someone unexpected to rise. That resilience from a shorthanded group opened the door for a veteran who had been waiting for her moment. What if the player nobody saw coming became the closer everyone needed? That's exactly what happened when Odyssey Sims stepped onto the floor in Los Angeles. Remember, this was supposed to be a night about survival, a shorthanded team just trying to scrape out a win. Yet somehow, a 31-year-old veteran who didn't even start became the heartbeat of the game, and for Sims, it was even more meaningful because of the jersey on the other side. The Sparks were once her team, and that history fueled every possession. You could see it in her game. This one was personal.
Sims left open for three. She got it. Offensive rebound. Sims the runner. Here's Howard. Shovels Sims right at the doorstep, and she gets it off the window. 3-on-3 the other way. Sims the take and finishes the lefty layup.
At this stage of her career, nobody expects a backup guard to carry the offense. The scouting report doesn't circle her name like it does Aaliyah Boston or Caitlin Clark, but when your top scorer, Kelsey Mitchell, couldn't find her rhythm, just 5 makes on 14 shots, that's usually when the cracks start to show. Instead, Odyssey Sims became the answer. She played calm, decisive, and fearless. Every possession mattered, and she attacked each one like she had been waiting her whole career for this moment.
Plum 1-on-2, ripped away there by Sims.
Great play by Odyssey Sims. Played the ball.
3-on-3 the other way. Sims the take and finishes the lefty layup.
Her numbers only tell part of the story, 21 points in total. But it was when she scored that really stood out. Sims stayed calm under pressure, pushing the pace when Indiana needed energy, then slowing it down whenever Los Angeles tried to take control, and then came the fourth quarter. Possession after possession, the ball kept finding her hands. She drove through traffic, pulled up from mid-range, and created her own shots off the dribble. These weren't secondary plays. She had become the go-to option, the release valve when everything was on the line.
Lead back up to 3. Sims left open for 3. She got it. Odyssey Sims with the triple to tie this one up at 74 apiece. Got the offensive rebound out to Mitchell. Here's Hole curling. Hole down the lane. The kick out Sims. Sims in the paint. The runner good. They put Turner on the inbound. Alaman inbounds it to Hamby, and so now that'll be that. So the Indiana Fever come in to hit.
The game came down to 13.6 seconds. Indiana was holding on, and the ball found Sims. She rose for that quick floater she's perfected over the years, and it fell straight through. That was the shot, the one that gave Indiana the lead for good and silenced the Staples Center crowd. You could almost feel the weight lift off the Fever as she ran back down the court, arms steady, face calm, like she knew this moment was hers all along.
Yeah, honestly, 5 straight points for you to help take the lead at the end of the game. Just what was that mindset for you in those final seconds?
I mean, I didn't shoot the ball well from the 3. I was over before I made that shot, but I mean, I didn't lose confidence. I think my teammates did a great job, along with the coaches, just constantly talking to me. They weren't worried about my missed shots. It just came down to continue to play. They believe in me so much, so that helped me. And when I shot it, I was open. It was one of those do or die. It went in, and I was excited about that. Like I said, I was open from the 3, but we got the W, so it feels great.
Later, when the microphones came out, Sims summed it up with one line she lives by. Asterisk, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Asterisk, that single quote captured Indiana's entire night. No excuses. No panic. Just staying ready for whatever came their way. Because of Odyssey Sims, the Fever didn't just walk out with a win. They walked out with proof that resilience isn't just a slogan. It's who they are.
Going up just like the last few years, just up and down, in the league, out the league, hardship, contract being cut, all of that stuff. Really doesn't matter. I think I'm a human definition of you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I think every opportunity that has been given to me, I've taken full advantage of it. These opportunities that you can't let slip away. You never know what tomorrow brings. You never know, you be on the team one day, gone the next day. So just being able to come in and just stay ready, have my energy flow to my teammates, and just be positive. Like I said, I'm with a good group.
And as strong as Sims was, she wasn't alone. Right beside her stood the anchor of the Fever's identity, Aaliyah Boston. She didn't just dominate the game, she delivered a message that still has fans buzzing.